Hey guys, Ronnie C. with you again. Let me ask you a question. We're going to talk about identifying and handling objections. Let me ask you this question. Wouldn't you agree that there really aren't new objections? Aren't they objections that have been around forever? You've heard them all before, haven't you? I think you have. Well, you know, successful salespeople are prepared to respond to customer objections with several responses for each objection. They know what to say. You've got to be in a position that when you hear an objection, boom, you can come back with the words right away. It's kind of like playing tennis. Does anybody here play tennis? Get to the net. They object, respond. They object, respond. It happens very quickly. You know, these professional people, they've worked their craft. They're good. They're better than the competition. We want you to be better than the competition. They've prepared multi-part responses to each objection. They practice. Now, yeah, I know that sounds corny. What are you going to do, sit in front of the mirror? Grab the wife, grab the significant other, practice with them, role play these, get a fellow salesperson. It's a great thing to do. They address the objections even before they come up, because you know why? They anticipate the objection. They know they're going to come. Selling is a value building process, and they know that when they are setting that sale up, they may hear something negative. They may hear an objection, and what they're going to do, they're going to work at it. They're going to build that rapport, and they're going to anticipate that objection, and boom, they're going to respond. Now, during the presentation, what they're trying to do is they're trying to lower the customer's resistance, trying to get the customer to kind of belly up and say, yeah, this is what I want. You're the company I want to do business with. They're building that value. They're building something called intrinsic value, not what can be seen or heard, but what can be felt or experienced. You know, point being, if you anticipate objections, you can even prevent them from happening. How about that? What if you had a sale that had no objections? Wouldn't that be a great thing? I've seen it happen. I've seen people go in, make their presentation, turn it around, order pad closed, just need your approval right here, boom, they sign in. Isn't that a great thing? You know, overcoming objections are critical to your closing. If you have a slew of them, you have a stable full of responses, you're going to be good. You're going to be damn good at this. And we want you to be good. Now, you know that only 5% of people out there today, salespeople today, really know how to handle objections effectively? Most don't. Most don't. What they do is they hear the objection and they start to stutter and stammer. They don't know what to say. Nothing's programmed. They're kind of knee-jerk. Something, they say this, they say that. Not even the right thing. You know, what an opportunity for you. If only 5% of your competition has any salt, is doing the job out there, tell me, how difficult is it for you to rise above the other 95%? It's not hard. If you overcome the objections in your presentation, there's a likelihood that you won't hear the objections at all. They may just go away. So take time and effort, and you'll get the rewards that come with effective objection management. Here's why most salespeople are not able to identify the real objections and not prepared to overcome them. They lack training. What are we doing for you right now? We're training you right now. They lack that training. They kind of go out there and someone says, well, here's an order paired. That's what we sell. That's a customer. Go get one of them on this and bring it to me. That's training? We're giving you the exact science to how to do this. And it's a little crazy. I understand that. You know, we're a little off the edge, but that's okay. That's the real world. They lack the technical knowledge with the art of questioning. They don't really know. They don't know the structure. They don't know the process. Again, they're sitting there and they're fumbling. They're trying to hold on to that ball. It's like a football player that tries to catch the ball and he keeps battling it in his hands. Well, what's happening? At some point in time, the ball's going to hit the ground and that play is going to be dead. They're too lazy. Big one here, guys. Lazy. They're too lazy, and they don't want to take the time necessary to prepare themselves to be successful. And guess what? They lack selling skills. Do you remember when we talked about selling skills, product knowledge, attitude, and effort? They lack that. They have no skills. So what do? They go out there with the percentages, and they say, hey, you know what? If I speak to 10, if I sell one, I'm happy. We want you to sell a whole bunch more than just one. And how are you going to do that? You're going to do that with establishing credibility, establishing rapport. You want to basically uncover hidden objections with your customers. Find out what's important to them. What is your customer's internal value system? What are the things that are going to help them to respond to you? If your presentation is weak, if you don't have substance in your presentation, get your presentation to be full of benefits. Remember, feature, function, benefit, impact. what it is, what it does, how does it benefit the customer, and you want to get a closing statement with that as well. Why are there objections? Why do we have objections? Well, because there are doubts and unanswered questions. If there were no doubt or unanswered questions, would anybody object? No. It'd be a really simple world. People would just sign in. Because the customer has misunderstood maybe something that you provided, and maybe it wasn't presented properly. So you got to think about, how am I presenting? Am I clear? Am I concise? Ask them during your presentation, have I been clear? Are there any questions? Do you have any concerns? So stop, take a bit of a pause. Because the customer has misperceptions due to a prior salesperson's experience that they've had, also rumors, or whatever it is that creates uncertainty. People sometimes will back up because of something they've heard before. Because you have not made a good enough presentation in demonstrating value over cost. Remember, when the value exceeds the price by 1 penny, they will buy. Or the customer, they just don't want to buy. Not interested in buying tonight. Statements on objections are pretty simple. Never, ever pounce on an objection. Don't beat it up. Don't tackle it like it's a tackling dummy. Understand it, even restate it. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Customer, what you're saying is, and restate that objection. Most objections, and you've heard this from us before, are stall tactics. They're not real. They're just something they're throwing out there to see if they can maybe trip you up a little bit. Uncover the real objection. Get to the second objection. That's the real one. Are signs that they need more information. They're telling you, you didn't give me enough to make an educated decision. I want to decide, but I don't have enough information to do that. So what you want to do is you want to raise that level of play. You want people to really understand what you're trying to present. And maybe you weren't informed properly. Maybe you just didn't know enough about your product to get out there and sell it. That's why before you go face to face with a customer, you need to learn what you sell, and you need to learn it thoroughly. That means you have a complete understanding of the product. You have a complete knowledge of how the product works. Sometimes objections are really just little hurdles, little obstacles placed before you, but if handled properly, they can actually be a pathway to the sale. It's not difficult to do. Price objections are normally tactics, stalls, procrastinations, not wanting to make a decision at this time, or they could be based on conditions they want you to meet before they make a decision. Finding that real objection is really the key. What is the real reason why they're not buying? If you can find that out, find that real true objection, you're going to be sitting there making more deals. You can sit there too, and when you're looking at yourself going, well, what do I got to do? You're scratching your head. What do I do next? Well, again, you've got the skill, you've got the knowledge, you've got the product information, you have the ability, you have the charisma. Go ahead and ask for the sale. Many times you're going to find that objections are not even raised. That all they have maybe, and an objection, a price objection may not even be a price objection. It may be a price question. They want you to restate for them. You've got to look at ways to do this. You've got to look at ways to identify the true objection. Listen carefully to what they're saying. Determine if it's real. If it's not real, if it's a stall, move around it. You restate it. We've talked about all these things. It's very simple. It's not difficult. All objection management is talking with a customer that wants to buy and is giving you reasons to help them buy. That's what objection management is. Now, we've got more on this, and we're going to be back with it in just a little bit. So until the next segment, sit right there. We're coming back. Ronnie C. See you later.